excited because it's been a busy week. It's been a really fun week. It's been a really good week, and yeah, I just wanted to give some reflections on the way the Artist Way has been going for this weekly check-in. So let's go for it. The first thing on my mind is that next week is reading deprivation, which is something that I'm low key dreading because reading is something that she's right. Like she says, blocked artists usually stuff themselves with books, and that's kind of what I've been doing, you know? Shit, this microphone has been pointing away from me. So let me just. Yeah, it's kind of what I've been doing, which is like immersing myself in books and movies. Well, not as much movies, but like, reading as a comfort zone. And she says, like, the way that you can unblock yourself is going to be through not reading and feeling uncomfortable. And then you will find that when you get so bored, you'll start reading life instead, which I understand what she means. She means like when you're so mindful in the moment, you're just paying attention to what's around you. So I've definitely had phases of that, and I guess it's challenging because I've been so attached to reading stuff since this past year, or like maybe 1.5 years. I think that it's going to be interesting, like staying away from reading. So that should be interesting. Hopefully, I don't relapse. I think my weak spots will be reading from ChatGPT shit or reading from like online shit. Books, I can like mentally figure out, okay, I need to avoid books. The only thing I can read is The Artist's Way because I have the next week to catch up with. So, um, yeah, it should be fun. I'm going to give my reflections on it next week. What did I think of this week's tasks? I mean, there was some interesting stuff in there. I think Artist Prayer, I like it, but I feel like my own custom made prayer that I've written just about self love and growing for me is very powerful. But the Artist Prayer is cool because I guess centered around um it's centered around creativity. Sorry, I feel like I got a headache and I'm just like slow. But well, fuck that. I shouldn't say sorry. Like, why would I be sorry for? I ain't gonna be sorry. Anyway, so the Artist Prayer. So, dear God, I offer up my old self to you, the old, the dead, which needs to grieve. Help me light the flame to ignite what's new and fresh, a creative rebirth that will serve your highest purpose that you have planned for me. Encourage me to grow my creativity and expression in the world so that my heart and art will spark others to get in touch with their humanity. I trust that you will provide me with a full path, which includes knowledge, intuition, expression, execution. Thanks for the opportunity to create. So yeah, I kind of kept it short because I wasn't fully feeling it, but I do think writing it out is nice, and at least having that there, which I can adjust, and when I'm in like a clearer headspace, sort of write that down nice and flowing. But otherwise, I think it was a good exercise. I think I like the fact that she said like, is there anywhere in your house where you can create like a little temple room where you just go there to write? And I thought, yeah, I haven't really got the space to do that in different rooms, but what if I make like a little tent, a little fort, and that could be my little creative space? And it's something that I really liked doing as a kid, like getting the bed sheets and like creating like tent poles, and that would be like a little den. And so I think somewhere in my room I can probably make that work. Um, so yeah, my artist date that I have planned for this week is I'm gonna pop to the guitar store. I want to pick up an acoustic, so I'm gonna try out a few like my buddy Chester suggested. And I think my mini vacation, maybe I'll just take a long walk with a book to write in. I think like I don't really fancy anything like a museum or anything that is super planned. Um, and yeah, I think in terms of Yeah, one of the challenges was like task was like look at one situation in your life that you feel you should change but haven't. What's the payoff in staying stuck? I think for me, I've always said this is like time blocking and scheduling. I have such a resistance to this. I've tried to look into it multiple times, but I think I need to really just set myself a challenge of this is your time block for this week and you gotta stick to it. And I think I'm gonna do that next week. But right now, I just don't have the headspace to even think about it because I've got a headache. So, and time blocking gives me headaches for some reason. So yeah, but no, we'll get there. Um, do, 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 do. So yeah, it says like with the reading deprivation, here's a list of things that you'll do. Is you'll listen to music, which I don't think I should do because I feel like that's kind of a substitute for reading. I won't listen to a podcast because that is kind of reading. But yeah, make curtains, wash the dogs, sort closets, pay bills, write old friends, repot some plants, mend, knit, cook. Yeah, it's just stuff that I kind of try and I try to do. So yeah, maybe I'll do some cleaning. That would be cool. Fucking hell, my hair looks so strange. uh, and yeah, how many days of week did I do my morning pages? I did them 7 days this week. Um, Finding them very easy to like do. I don't feel that much resistance towards them right now. Um, and yeah, they kind of just seem to flow out. And I realized that I really liked what was in this week in the book. It said like the morning pages allow you to be so honest with yourself, and that's so true. You can be honest, and you can rewire, and you can reshape, and you have the opportunity to do that in 3 pages. So I really appreciate it for that reason. Um, did I do my artist date this week? Yes. I ended up reading the manga for Miyamoto Musashi, and that was really really fun actually. I enjoyed that. I need to get. I was surprised that I passed like halfway through the book, so I need to finish the book, but I don't know if I'm gonna get there before I have to hit that reader deprivation. So we'll see. And did you experience any synchronicity this week? Yes, I did. Uh, Two levels of synchronicity. One, I've been meaning to do boxing and fighting for a long time. I wanted to unlock that inner warrior, which is a long story. I can't remember if I covered it in the last few videos. But anyway, long story short, I went on a long walk. And I've gone past this boxing gym a few times, but I've never seen it like look open or inviting because it usually seems quite closed. And the other day when I walked past it, I guess it's the summer, they had the doors open and I was going for the long walk through a canal, I came back, I was walking past it and I was like, fuck it, let me just find out. So I just sat in there and I walked across a lovely woman called B and a boxing coach called Jamie and they were like, I think the synchronicity part was the fact that they said, I was like, when's the boxing class? Like, how often do you guys do it? They were like, once a night, every Wednesday. So I was like, including tonight. They were like, yeah. So I guess the synchronicity fact was like it was the same day, and yeah, I was like, I was I was like fuck it, but in the class I was like dying of low stamina, and but it really was motivating. I was like fuck, I need to do more of this, so I am going to do more of it, and it makes me feel strong, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, fuck yeah. Another synchronicity I felt. Okay, so this is wild. I found this from like a random Little Sims video. I think it was a chicken shop day or something, and the book was referenced. It's All About Love by Bell Hooks, and I thought that sounds interesting. It sounds like my sister would really like that book as well from the way they spoke about it. And then I was listening to just a rap song on my shuffle, and I can't remember what song it was because it just flew from my mind. But it was a guy, and he was like, "All About Love" by Bell Hooks, and I was like, did you just reference the book that I just heard about yesterday? And I know it's a popular book, but what are the chances that a guy rapper would rap about it in a song just randomly? So yeah, I ended up getting the book. And yeah, like obviously I can't read it next week, so it's gonna be sitting there on my shelf. And plus I have a lot to get through in terms of reading different books and stuff. So yeah, but I think it resonated with me just with the way they were talking about it. And I think since I've been in a relationship, I've been like questioning what's the best ways to find love and what are the best ways you can love and what is love. There's so many questions that I have about that word, which is such a popular word, but no one really knows 100% like how to define it, which is cool because it's undefinable. But I like that she called the book all about love. The woman who wrote it, I heard a little bit about her story, and I think she seems awesome. So yeah, really cool. And then I guess another bit of synchronicity, not really synchronicity, but kind of. Yesterday, the reason I'm tired is because we ended up watching a 3 hour movie quite late, and the movie was RRR, which I watched last week in Royal Albert Hall with my friend James, and then this week me and James thought let's host it at home because my girlfriend Celia, his person pal and Mohit, our other housemate, hasn't seen it. So 3 people haven't seen it. Me and James wanted to spread the excitement. So we screened it in my room with the projector and it was fucking epic. So that was really cool. I really love that movie and I love what it stands for. I love what emotion it has behind it and how it talks about purpose. And yeah, shit, might be the longest vlog I've done so far. Were there any significant issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? I don't know what that means. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? I don't know if issues. I don't know if what that word means, but I do know that like I've been pretty good in terms of like doing loads of different activities, feeling myself within each activity. Um, I do know that it's a process that takes time. I do know that I guess I haven't been writing scripts or novels as of yet. So that will come when it comes. But if there was any other significant issues, not really. Sometimes I'll be going through personal drawbacks with some habits that I've been trying to get rid of, and not to go into that too much, but yeah, sometimes that one particular habit that I go into, which I've been trying to leave behind with my old self, it can draw me back a little bit and take my whole mind off the magic project of the artist's way. Like that's the thing that's ongoing for like 12 weeks in my life so far. But like, I feel like when I slip back into the old habit, it's something that I've kept quite personal and I've not really shared with anyone. But it does, yeah, it does get me down a little bit, and I think that it kind of, in some ways, pulls me back from the progress that I've made. I guess at the same time, I guess that's a part of the process. So it is what it is, and I just have to keep going my way, and no matter how many times I fall, keep getting back up. So yeah, God, thank you for the opportunity, and I will overcome any challenge. So that being said, I hope whoever managed to watch that, maybe my future self, managed to get through that. Um, crazy, crazy, crazy looking at her right now.